Give the gift of financial independence to someone who is blind.
Penny Forward, a nonprofit organization founded and led by blind people, needs your donation to provide accessible financial education programs to strengthen our community.
Our podcast, online courses, group workshops, and one-to-one financial counseling are helping people like Desiree Christian succeed in their personal, professional, and financial lives.
Chris at Penny Forward really helped me take my own self-imposed roadblocks out from under me, away from me, and went, oh, gee, I can do a thing even if life is hard. So I did a thing, and Flaunt Your Ability now exists. FlauntYourAbility.com.
Visit pennyforward.com to empower blind people as we build bright futures one penny at a time.
Hey, all, Marty here, and today we're going to talk about shortcuts, sort of. Here is the thing. Do you ever put your phone in Do Not Disturb mode if you're going to be someplace where you don't want to be bothered, maybe a doctor's appointment or a meeting or anything like that? And like all of us, we all do this. We forget to turn Do Not Disturb off. So you go for hours and hours and go, why didn't I get any messages today? How come I haven't gotten any phone calls? All of those things. Then you realize, oh, I had a meeting and I turned my phone into Do Not Disturb mode and forgot to turn it off and went hours and hours. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a problem for a lot of people. So here is a really cool way to help resolve that problem. So shortcuts, what you would do is open up shortcuts, and inside shortcuts, they have all these set up shortcuts that you can just use. You don't have to make anything or anything like that. The one that I use is called D&D Until I Leave. Do not disturb until I leave. So the amazing thing about this is, let's say you go to a doctor's office and you put your phone in Do Not Disturb, but you do it using the D&D shortcut. What you do is you do the shortcut, run it, it'll put your phone in Do Not Disturb, and then you just put your phone away without having to worry about it. Once you leave that location, it will automatically turn Do Not Disturb off. So this is a super cool way to help combat forgetting to turn it off. So again, what you do is you go to shortcuts, you find D&D Until I Leave, you invoke that shortcut, and then you're done. That's it. Your phone will be in Do Not Disturb for the duration of the time you're at that place, and then when you leave that place, then it automatically turns off Do Not Disturb. Give it a try. It's really awesome. I use it all the time because I would put my phone in Do Not Disturb mode, and guess what? I forget to turn it off for hours and hours and hours. I think we all have this issue, and those of you who do know what I'm talking about. Anyway, give it a try. Good luck and enjoy.
Hey everyone, it's Chris back with a digital bite for you today. And I'm so excited to bring this to you because it may seem like an obvious solution, but maybe not. I had an Amazon package go missing, and that was really frustrating. And I know some of you are thinking, oh no, what did Chris buy this week? It was actually 2 birthday presents for my brother. And so it was delivered this morning to me, or so it said. And when I went outside my door to find the package, it was nowhere to be found. So I thought, I'm just going to call Ira. So I called Ira, and they looked around the porch and they didn't find it. So I came back inside and I asked them if they would log into my Amazon account. And then my phone was sent a code, and I gave that code to them. And then I asked them if they would go and look at my orders, because there is always a picture of the delivery location where your package has been dropped. So I figured, I bet it's at the wrong apartment. Now, I live in a 6-plex, and what it looks like is that there are 2 apartments on the bottom that occupy 1 floor, and then there are 4 townhomes that go up vertically from that foundation. So I live in one of the townhomes, and my unit is Unit E. And there are 6 buildings like this. So here's first that I'm hoping that it's the same building where the package was dropped, but at a different apartment or townhome. So Ira logs into my account and I show them, I have a very unique mat in front of my door. And they said, oh, there's no mat here. I even have a nice looking little wreath on my door with flowers. Nope, there's no wreath on the door. And it said apartment A. Okay, Amazon folks, I know you can read, but how would you mistake a capital A for a capital E? They are not anything the same. I even know this. So I said, okay. So I grabbed my phone and Ira and I went downstairs and I was hoping it was at my building. And I went to apartment A and there it was. It was leaning up against the left-hand side of the door. And then I had Ira take a picture of the envelope to make sure that it was really my package. And indeed it was. And I was so happy because I would have had to depend on the neighbor just finding the time to bring it up. What if they're out of town for a couple days? I just don't want somebody's package, like as in mine, and somebody's presents just laying around for a day or two. So that was a really cool resolution to my MIA package. And I was thinking about if you don't happen to have Ira, it would be worth it to use maybe another tool like perhaps the JAWS Picture Smart if you use JAWS. You could also use some kind of program like Remote Incident Manager if you wanted someone to log into your computer and look at the image on your Amazon dashboard that has your orders and deliveries on it. But in any case, finding visual assistants to locate a missing package is just great. Now, I wouldn't do this with the Be My Eyes volunteers because your address is personal and I wouldn't share that with anyone. But find any other way to get some visual assistance to see where's that package, where did Amazon accidentally put it. And when you find the tool that works for you, as in my case, it was Ira, it was a really great solution. And I am so grateful to have my brother's birthday presents in hand.
Hey there, it's Michael, and today I want to talk to you in this digital bite about an amazing resource that we at Unmute have been using. Well, I've been using them since 2020, and we've been using it since day one with Unmute. And that is Pinecast. Pinecast is a podcast hosting solution that allows you to set up a free podcast. So if you don't want to pay any money, you want to get started with podcasting for absolutely free and maintain ownership of your data, keyword there, I'll talk about that in a moment, then check out Pinecast. And if I remember, I'll put a link. It's my Pinecast referral link in the show notes at unmute.show for this episode that you can go get. And if you're listening to this in the podcast feed, and the show isn't there, then look again later. Because we automatically import it with a tool called Podcast Importer from Second Line Themes. But if you are interested in Pinecast, you can use our referral link. It'll give us a little bit of kickback for our podcast credit, but it also will give you 40% off of your membership when you do decide to pay. Now, Pinecast is great for a couple of reasons. Number one, the support is superb. If you have any comments or any issues that you need taken care of, reach out and Matt at Pinecast will take good care of you. But more importantly, Pinecast can allow you to launch as many podcasts as you want for one monthly fee. So the free plan allows you the ability to have a podcast with 10 of your most recent episodes in the RSS feed. That doesn't mean that after 10 episodes, all of your podcast content goes away. It just means that if someone looks at your podcast content and you're on the free plan, all they will get is access to the most recent 10 episodes. If you pay, then that will unlock the rest of the episodes that might have been blocked because you were a free user. A lot of your podcast hosts will charge you per podcast, and I've got 7 or 8 podcasts on Pinecast, and I'm able to manage all of those podcasts with one login. But for an add-on, because Pinecast does offer add-ons as well, I can invite others to manage their own podcasts if they want. One cool thing about Pinecast also is that they are very open to accessibility feedback. The interface is simple to navigate, and it allows you the ability to easily distribute your podcast content to multiple different sources, and a lot of them with one click. If you can't distribute to iTunes, for example, with one click, you'll have step-by-step directions with direct links to where you need to go to submit that information. And it'll even tell you, hey, here's your RSS feed, take this, put it here, and then hit validate, and you'll be added to the iTunes podcast directory. If you've ever been interested in podcasting, Pinecast, in my opinion, is the best solution, especially for blind podcasters. No, they don't offer some other features that other podcast hosts include, such as dynamic ad insertion, but right now we don't necessarily need those. So Pinecast, well worth the check. Go to pinecast.com or unmute.show and use my referral link so you can get 40% off a few months and we get a little kickback. Oh, and if you're a club member and you send us an email, we can verify you're a club member, and you need this, I created a Python script that will go and download all of the podcast episodes based on a specific keyword out of a podcast feed. So let's say maybe you've been doing a show on ACB Community and you want all of your podcast episodes so you can go build your own podcast in Pinecast. Reach out to me. I can either get you the Python script and you can run it if you have Python, or I can download that content for you and send it to you in a zip file, because then you'll have access to all of your content available out of one podcast feed. I know, very niche, but some users might find it to be useful. And if you are interested, send us an email. feedback@unmute.show. Thank you so much for listening to this week's Digital Bytes. Have a beautiful week.